What's up guys, TG back here with another video going over episode 2, which in my opinion was an amazing episode. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy, and let's get into the episode. I'm going to split the breakdown into the two separate storylines that we saw this episode, and I'll start with the current day one following Gabriel, Echo, and Hope. They enter what Hope calls the Sky Ring, and they go to Hope's home. We start to get a lot of info about the anomaly here, and the guys in the helmets who are called the Disciples. They live at a place called Bardo, and the anomaly is a bridge between these places. Sanctum's bridge leads to the Sky Ring, and the one from the Sky Ring leads to Bardo, and then Bardo goes back to Sanctum. There are two ways to get to the bridge. One is at the bottom of the lake, which is too deep to make before dying from the lack of air. The second one is through a hatch in the basement of Hope's home. For that, a code is needed, which Hope did have, but unfortunately it's smeared away and they no longer have it, so they can't use it. So because both of those ways are gone, there is only one other way they can currently get to Bardo, which we will learn soon. We also learn why Hope stabbed Octavia. The Disciples captured Dioza and told Hope that they would let her live if she got Octavia back for them. Hope stabbing her wasn't to kill her, but to tag her with a location device to give to the Disciples, and that allowed them to find her and snatch her. They now have Dioza, Octavia, and Bellamy, but they're supposed to be letting Dioza go according to their deal. We then see someone emerge from hiding within Hope's home, and he has a timer on his arm that's counting down. He is a disciple that is being disciplined. Disciples that don't pull their weight are sent here for punishment. It is a really cool concept because of the time difference. It allows the prisoner to serve what is a years-long sentence for them on Skyring, and only a few hours or days go by on Bardo. We don't know if the time speed on Bardo lines up perfectly with Sanctum or if they are all different, but we do know that Skyring's time is much faster and Bardo is closer to Sanctum. The prisoner then runs away, and Gabriel, Echo, and Hope go after him. They eventually find him along with dead skeletons, one of them that Hope recognizes as Dev. He also was a disciple being punished and sent there that taught Hope how to fight, probably in her teenage years. The prisoner is suffering from isolation madness. Being alone for years has him talking to dolls and dead bodies, which reminded me of Chuck and Wilson in Castaway. Among these dead bodies is who Gabriel recognizes as Colin Benson, a member of Aegis 3. It's here that we find out that Skyring is also Planet Beta, one of the places that Aegis sent their members. Just like Gabriel and the Primes were sent to Planet Alpha, aka Sanctum, Benson was sent here. Gabriel then takes his mind drive and inserts it into his computer to watch his memories. We learn that the ship of Team Beta crashed and Benson was the only survivor. We find out why time is also really fast here compared to Sanctum. All of these places are near a black hole, and Beta is the one that is furthest away from it. The closer the place is to the black hole, the slower time goes by. Benson spent his time on Planet Beta studying the anomaly and trying to figure out the code to the bridge hatch. While watching this back at Hope's house, Gabriel does see Benson figure out the code. He goes to grab Echo and Hope, who are outside, and when they get back, they see the prisoner has returned and has the laptop in his hands. They try to convince the prisoner to hand over the laptop, as doing so would allow him to get home. They need it so they could get the code and write it down, but the prisoner says that he must serve his sentence and smashes the computer. Now the only way for Gabriel, Echo, and Hope to get to Bardo is to wait out the prisoner's sentence, which is 5 years. Then the Disciples would go back for him, and that's their way in, or they have to find a way to get to the bottom of the lake. The second storyline is a flashback to when Octavia first entered the anomaly. Last season we saw Dioza enter it, and then Octavia a few seconds later, and we finally know what happened inside. Octavia arrives and hears screaming. She runs towards it, and it is Dioza giving birth to Hope. Even though Octavia just got there, Dioza has been there for 3 months. These 3 months on Skyring were just the difference of a few seconds on Sanctum. Dioza gives birth to Hope, and over the next few years, Octavia attempts to get back to Sanctum to get with Bellamy again. She attempts every day to get to the bottom of the lake, believing it will take her to Sanctum, but because it's too deep, she can't make it. During this time, Dioza tries to convince her that she's better off staying there, since it's really peaceful and everyone at Sanctum basically hates Octavia. One day while working in the garden, Octavia finds a dead disciple with his suit. This suit can allow Octavia the time she needs to get to the bottom of the lake. She puts it on and says goodbye to Hope, who is around 4 at this time, and leaves, but then Diosa reveals that she broke the helmet to the suit, making it useless. This greatly upsets Octavia at first. During this time of raising Hope, Octavia realized how much work it is, and therefore how much Bellamy did to raise and protect her. She wanted to get back to him so she could tell him that she finally understood. So it did upset her that she couldn't do that, but as time went on, she grew to accept it, and instead wrote him a letter. She puts it in a bottle and throws it into the lake, hoping it will go through the bridge to Sanctum. It does go through, but not the Sanctum. As I mentioned before, and as Hope revealed, the bridge from Skyring leads to Bordeaux. Because of this, the disciples are the ones who receive the note, and they go to Skyring to find Octavia and Diosa. They capture both of them, but because they don't know Hope exists, she is able to hide until they leave. The episode ends with Octavia and Diosa being taken to Bordeaux and Hope being left alone. Like I said, this episode was amazing in my opinion and gave us a lot of info on the anomaly and the disciples. There are still a lot of questions, but it is only episode 2 and we will be learning a lot more as time goes on. This video was just a recap of the episode, and sometime soon I will be posting predictions for the next episode and onward, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. Leave your opinions and thoughts down below in the comments, and thanks for watching.